So, I don't know if I should start with the video. Okay, so I have not read this post. I have not seen anything. I have just seen that it's released. So this is a surprise to me. So I just don't know if I should start with the video or with the post. Okay, videos first. Okay, sure, video. I found it on Twitter. I don't know if is it also on YouTube. I just found that the lead of Project L actually posted it on Twitter. So is it also on YouTube? Is the quality better there? Hold on, Project L. If I search for it, Project. Oh, it is. It is. It is. Okay, hold on, give me a second. It is also on YouTube. So, okay, we don't need you Twitter. We can do this. Okay. Okay, let me stop my Diana sessions. Let's have a look. I'm still undecided on the art style.
Hey folks, Tom here, back with a quick update on Project L, Riot's upcoming 2D.
Super quickly, hold on, let me super quickly. I just want to resize the video so you can also see the subtitles and stuff. Super quickly, and turn up volume. Yeah. Hold on, give me a second. Ravens are in the way, and also your spaceships are in the way, but you'll have to deal with that. Volume. Hopefully subs and stuff won't blow everything up.
Fighter. Last November, we dropped an update showing off some core game concepts and our rebooted art style. Honestly, showing off the game this early.
The art style, I'm still undecided
and
on.
we're grateful that so many of you are so excited about Project L.
God, that was so sick.
Your reactions and excitement gave us the reassurance that we're headed in the right direction.
Yes! Yes!
In this update, I'll talk about what's been happening in the team over the past few months and what's coming next. Last time, I shared that we've honed in on our gameplay
It's
as an
very
assist-based
smooth,
fighter with 2 champs per team. We're finishing up our work on core mechanics now, and a lot of the team has moved on to building
That is
champions
so smooth,
or
though.
building around game features like competitive play and our social systems. One of our goals is to remove as
Robbing the bank. There's gonna be so much clutter. Hold on, I'm actually gonna do this. I think there's gonna be so much clutter on the screen. I'm gonna do this, because otherwise there's gonna be everything everywhere. So you can see at least something. Oh my god! I just want to check out Project L. Hold on? Let me mute the subs. Robbing the bank. I really don't want to edit the video that's gonna end up on the second channel. Also, a storm started outside. Oh, perfect! Absolutely perfect. I can hear the rain. Everything. Oh my god! Can I just please? Where's the mute button for chickens? Chickens! No, stop chickens! Okay, we'll see if the chicken is muted. Chicken. Chicken. Yes. Okay, we can watch this.
many barriers as possible from you enjoying Project L.
Okay.
We want you to be able to play no matter where you live, what your skill level is, or how much money you have to spend on a game. To that, I'm happy to confirm that Project L will be free to play. If you've played a Riot game before, this probably won't come as a surprise. Our team is made up of fighting game veterans and folks who are passionate about serving the FGC. And we operate with one approach. If we wouldn't like it, we won't do it.
So it's skins then.
When it comes to monetization, we promise to be respectful of both your time and your wallet. Also,
Of your time and your wallet, which means it's gonna be like Valorant. You're gonna unlock the fighters by playing, or you can pay for them. Because if it wasn't the case, he wouldn't say time. He would just say we want to be respectful to your wallet, not time. But since it's time, that means it's gonna function exactly like League or Valorant.
So, the team has put together a blog post to give you a sneak peek on development of a new fighter in Project L, Ilawi the Kraken Priestess.
Freaking
The spiritual leader of her people,
Ilawi.
a physical powerhouse who tests the strength of souls for her tentacle god.
Like, super quickly, ever since Ruined King came out, Ilawi just became such a great... I mean, she was good before. She had some really funny moments with Gangplank in the past, but goddamn, like, ever since Ruined King came out, Ilawi just became so much better.
Check out the post for more details on how we're approaching character development and how Ilawi will look and play in Project L. That's all from me for
She
now.
had funny
I'll be
moments.
back later this year with one more update. Before I sign off, this weekend is EVO. To everyone heading out to the event, stay safe, good luck in the tournaments, and try not to drown in pools.
Okay. It's kind of cool that they released the new info during EVO because that's what they did last time. That's what they did a year ago. Anyway, Ilaoi actually had some funny moments because Ilaoi, when they fought in Bilgewater, when they fought against the Black Mist, Ilaoi, I don't remember what happened, but like she got hurt and she was laying on the ship. And I believe it was Raven who like knelt beside her and he like tried to lift her up, and I think he made like a dirty joke, and out of her coma, Ilaoi just woke up, said nothing, and just slapped him. I remember that moment. Ilaoi had some awesome moments in the story. And just Ruined King made her even better when she started like flirting with Braum and stuff like that. God dang. Anyway, can you hear? I don't think the microphone is picking it up, but god damn. There's a lot of rain outside. Hopefully my internet's gonna be fine. Hopefully. Anyway, okay, so. Yeah, Ruined King did make Ilaoi badass. Okay, so. Let me now go back with this. I'll raise the volume. Can you actually hear it? The rain is freaking insane. EVO is basically a big fighting tournament. Okay, hold on. Let me do the post now. EVO is an event for fighting games. Okay, so now this is the Project L post. I am very much interested in this. Okay, are they just gonna talk about Ilaoi or more than that? Rob in the bank. Storm of chaos. Nah, it's a big storm, but then again, you know, freaking there are massive heat waves, and logically, if there's a heat wave, the water's gonna vaporize, and there's gonna be storms. So don't worry, if you think you're safe, no, every country will have this. That's physics. Anyway, hi, I'm Sean. Unconquerable? Rivera, Associate Game Director on Gameplay Design Lead of Project L, Riot's upcoming 2D fighting game. You just got an update from Tom Cannon about our aspirants and current finishes. Oh my, Robin, can you? Thank you for the bomb. Who was that actually? Oh, it's Goblin Noble. Thank you. Thank you for the 300 bits and the bomb. I am not good at fighting games. In fact, I have never played a PvP fighting game. I've always played, like, you know, Smash against, you know, AI, so I don't know. I don't know how good I am at fighting games. That's the issue. I don't know. Anyway. We're super excited. Okay. We start off by deciding which champions we want to pursue. Our ultimate goal is to have a diverse and inclusive roster where everyone can find a champion that truly speaks to them. Bard. There are a ton of considerations such as, but not limited to, fight fantasy, theme, archetype, team synergy, race and ethnicity, personality, identity, size, and so on. Once we have a champion in mind, we plan out when we'll begin working on them, and then create a pod which consists of folk across disciplines such as design, narrative art, engineering, tech art, QA, production, and audio. So they are... The fight fantasy is something they are considering. Also, hitboxes, that's a good one. But not everyone is a fighter, like, you know, Jinx. But Jinx got a hammer. I don't know if you saw it in the trailer, but Jinx actually has a hammer. At a high level, we have few phases. We move champions through in our champion pipeline. But today we're going to focus on the first, DNA. If you have seen our... Okay, it's exactly the same as League and Valorant. This team might look familiar. At this stage, our design, narrative, writer, and concept and animation artists. Yeah, that's the DNA. Yada yada yada, they get together, yada yada yada. We know this. We know this. We know what DNA is. It's basically like, oh, we wanna design a champion, but this time the champion is actually inside Project L. Okay, so we know this. As to Illaoi in particular, we have an overwhelming number of champions to pull from League of Legends. There are beefy juggernauts, agile assassins, and powerful mages, to name a few. They didn't name anything. I wanna correct the post! Anyway, still we try to be thoughtful when deciding who to bring to Project L. Is the music too loud? No, music should be fine. Maybe it's just loud for me. Blah, blah, blah. We want to make sure we have identified champions we can both improve our gameplay and be enhanced by being in our game. In short, we want to elevate their fantasy. That's why Jinx got the hammer. The Juggernauts should feel beefier and assassins more agile and the mages more powerful. But beyond that, we should still feel true to who they are. We still want players to know and love these characters, to see what they expect, and to give them a little more. When they mentioned mages here, am I the only one who immediately snapped to Rise? Because Rise is a decently beefy guy. And he's a mage. Rise would be a brilliant fighter. I really want to see Rise, like, fight in close combat. Annie? You're right, Silas. Oh, Silas would be good too. Lux wouldn't be bad, but Lux would be like long range. How would long range fighting work here? But like Rise was the one that I was like, alright, that one would actually work. Because I don't, but yeah, Silas, with the chains? Silas actually stealing, like, moves? Dude, Silas would be so good, actually. That would be a very interesting one. But I don't know how broken he could get in a fighting game where the champions are heavily relying on separate moves. Anyway. Essentially, we want players to see a champion in Project L do something they have never seen before and think, holy shit, they did what? Of course, they can do that. That makes sense. Once again, Jinx got a hammer. Once again. Okay. Wait, Scott Hawks? Our narrative director, Scott Hawks? I did not know he was the narrative director. If you don't know, there are two writers among the first writers who ever approached me. This was like back when I had like, maybe I had 100,000 subscribers, but I was approached by two writers. Scott Hawks, who was back then the lead narrative of League of Legends, I believe, and Leo Carvalho, who moved onto Fortnite, but he was also in the, I don't know if he was specifically in the narrative team. I think so, because he talked about Raven a lot, and that was like 8 years ago. But Scott Hawks was one of the two writers who ever approached me. Or sorry, one of the first writers who approached me. It's pretty cool. Anyway. Okay, he was the one to pitch Illaoi as a member of our starting roster. When thinking about my experience against her in League, especially after well-placed ult, listening to him talk about her story and theme, experiencing her amazing role in the Ruined King, a League of Legends story. That's exactly what I was saying. And chatting with the team about the number of ways we could really, we could really elevate her champion fantasy in Project L. I was beyond stoked to include her. It felt like we could really create something special while paying homage to all the Illaoi fans out there. And I hope you all feel that way once we're done reading. Okay, so our goal, yeah, so this is the narrative part. Okay, how long is this? Manageable. I am dyslexic, don't judge me. Our goal with each champion is to not just deliver what players expect. instead it's to reach higher and deliver what they deserve, and Ilaoi is no different. Our work on narrative began during ideation by defining Ilaoi's core truths: who she's been, who she is now, and who she could be in Project L. Our goal was to answer one question: why is she a champion that we absolutely need to make? Ilaoi was raised in League of Legends nearly 7 years ago, when she's been a staple or nightmare of top lanes ever since. Oh, has she? Is Ilaoi that popular even now in League? I only really play ARAM, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Okay, maybe not. But in Ruined King, goddamn, she was amazing. We've also seen her overwhelm her enemies in Legends of Runeterra to save the world from ruination in Ruined King. And, of course. Okay, so. With support from our central IP strategy team, I wrote a champion brief that sums up what makes Ilaoi special and what it is that players across the world love about her. Ilaoi is the truth bearer of Nagakiboros, the deity of life, ocean, storms, and motion, who is often depicted as a colossal kraken. Ilaoi and her people come from the Serpent Isles, the island archipelago that includes Bilgewater and her home island Buru. We know all of that, of course. Thank you, by the way. Did I miss people? Gianni Georgian, did I miss your prime? Thank you for that. I think I missed that. Undead 2K UK, thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for the prime too. Thank you. Stalin. Thank you for the prime. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Dabishu? No, hold on. Damn it. That's last stream. Why am I looking at last stream? Damn it. Hold on. I'm lost. Armides, thank you. Thank you for the sub. I really appreciate it. Just super quickly. Checking if I missed anyone. Thank you. Okay. We know about the Buru, we know about all of that. In League of Legends, Ilaoi's gameplay focuses on testing the worthiness of an individual using the golden artifact known as the Eye of God. Wielding the massive idol, she rips souls from their host bodies and summons spectral tentacles to repeatedly slam into them. In our story world... Is he talking about L? Is there gonna be a story mode? Those who survive Nagakiboros' test are deemed to be on the correct path and can move forward to pursue their true purpose in life. I think he's just talking about general universe of League. While those who fall are left in no uncertain terms, they are failing in their duty to move their own lives forward and are hindering the flow of the universe. An experience that not all survive. Using all of this information, we defined Ilaoi's core truths as a powerful and charismatic spiritual leader who inspires others to be their own unstoppable force. So she's a support character, because you have to... Rob in the bank. Did I actually ignore your bits? I am reading! Don't interrupt me! I learned one lesson from watching the newer Champion League. Don't let arrogance defining them. Okay, so 3-hit passive on Ilaoi. Definitely. Anyway. So hold on. It says that she's gonna be inspiring others. And Project L has the dual champion setup, so maybe she is gonna be like a supportive character, actually like buffing your main character, maybe? She turns heads and dominates a room with her physical presence and confident, powerful swaggers. Okay. Then, using the brief, I worked with some other discipline leads, like design and art, to create a North Star for her development. This way, we ensure that Ilaoi is instantly identifiable, even in a game we have never seen her in. And even more important, we used it to look for opportunities to grow her legend, because a fighting game is the perfect place for Ilaoi to shine. Absolutely, Ilaoi definitely fits a fighting game. Absolutely. With a clear picture in our minds, we can make sure that anyone who already knows Ilawi beyond the surface level also finds the character they love. That's what I'm interested in. While still empowering the development team to delight even her most devoted followers with a vision that will blow the doors off. Or, in her case, rip the doors off their hinges with magical tentacles and beat you senseless with them. Thank you for the 8 months. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. On a personal note, I've loved who Ilawi is and who she could be since we developed her back in League of Legends in 2015. And although she's not one of the more popular champions in League, I think it's easy to see how Ilawi's combination of bruised knuckles, devout heart, and joyous swagger, combined with all the new experiences we can put in players' hands, can make her a superstar in Project L. I think I would agree that she fits. She definitely, you know, it's gonna be the big mummy fighter. You know, I can already see the community. You know. Okay. Now onto the art. We can I know the community. I know what they're gonna do. Once narrative has given us a good understanding of who a champion is, we move on to the visual direction. You can infuse so much more into a champion when you know who they are, especially when we compare all the visual representations, which Ilawi certainly wasn't lacking. Some of our champions lend themselves well to being altered quite a bit, whereas for others it wouldn't make sense for them to drastically change their appearance. When we started on Ilawi, it became clear she would be the latter. I was about to say, I don't know how much you can do with Ilawi and change her appearance. She has a really iconic look, tall, muscular, and imposing, but more than that, she's joyous, spirited, and believes in challenging others to live their lives to the fullest. And all of these things needed to be reflected in her appearance. Ilawi's physical build is pretty unique in the roster of League of Legends champions. It is! I think she's the only buff female in the entirety of the entire game. Am I wrong? Is there another buff female besides Ilawi? I think she's the only one among all the 150. Vi, a bit. Because in-game, Vi is still your skinny, you know, skinny female character. She just has massive hands. And Leona is maybe Leona should be, but she's also kinda, especially her in-game model. Leona is so freaking skinny. Oh, Sejuani. Yeah, okay, yeah. No, Sejuani is supposed to be. Again, in the model, Sejuani is actually tiny because Bristol is bigger, and so they had to, you know, combine them. So yeah, Sejuani should be actually. She definitely should be. It's just League doesn't really work well for that. Anyway, blah, 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 blah. Ilawi's physical build is pretty unique. Okay, we just read that. Blah, 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 blah. And we reference a lot of the athletes and focus weightlifters to putters, blah, blah, blah. Mainly women who spend a lot of time lifting things as easily as Ilawi lifts her massive weapon. Okay, so hold on. Can I maybe? Can I maybe? Why is it so small? It's very small. What are the different? Oh, it's the feet. Okay, I was like, what are the differences on these? Oh, it's the boots. Okay, so this is the concept for the boots because everything else is exactly the same. Okay, the only one I don't like is this one. It looks like she's on a holiday. She's on a yeah. Okay, yeah, the robes, but only waist down because her upper torso is the same everywhere. it's only like waist down. And the difference here is not that massive, so like any of these would work. At a first glance, I don't even know what I would prefer. I think number 2, just like this one, with the little tabard kind of styled one. Even though this one is pretty cool though. Maybe except the feet. Maybe yeah, because I like this. I like this part with like the little what. Anyway, okay, back to this. Okay, I can actually zoom in on this. That's better. Her clothing is very purposeful. She's not exactly the type to keep up with the latest Runeterra fashion trends. So we decided to keep her outfit and color palette similar to what most players have come to associate with her, while altering the blocking a little more. Altering the blocking a little to make it fresh and capitalize on Project L's perspective and overall art style. To be honest. To be brutally honest, when I look at these designs, I'm thinking like, oh, Overwatch 2. It's like, it's Illaoi, but it's still Illaoi. It's Illaoi, but hey, she has different shoes. That's Overwatch 2. That's kind of like what I go to when I think about like changing her appearance here. From her weapon to her bracelets or earrings, we put a ton of thought into small changes we made to make sure she still felt true to her base from League and her people. Once again, this is just Illaoi. This is Illaoi from Overwatch 2. They don't need to change it. Absolutely, I absolutely agree with that. They don't need to. Just do what Wild Rift does, just make it HD, that's all people want. Wild Rift just nails it. Okay. We also need to think about how Illaoi would move. To do this, we use something called moment studies. Fighting games are really dynamic, and in order to explore movement really fast, in the earlier stages of development, our concept artist drew Illaoi in various poses for the animations. I like the move where she's using a tentacle to hold onto the idol. That's like a clever use for the weapon that I wouldn't think of. Because everyone will be like, oh yeah, of course, she holds the idol, she slams it down, a tentacle slams down from that. I would not think about this as a long-range attack, which is kinda cool. Okay. Illaoi has extremely unique fighting style, a heavy golden idol and spirit tentacles combined. So these motion studies helped sort out some of the unknowns even more than if she were to use a sword or axe. We want to nail how her tentacles work and move, how her power is felt by her player, and how absolutely devastating it is to be hit by her. Thank you, Svalbard! Thank you for the Prime and the 18 months. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Okay, it's a senior animator. Okay, with a kettlebell, of course. For reference, of course. Okay. Once the movement study was complete, the animators worked on an early version of Illaoi to see how her size and proportions felt in game. Robin the Bank. Thank you for interrupting me once again with your 5 gifted subs. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for interrupting me once again. Thank you. Anyway. Thank you. I just want to finish this. Once that's logged on the game design, I figure out her kit and how it's implemented in game. Okay, so now game design. I mentioned Illaoi top lane in League, and I know her gameplay very well, and was super excited for her to be in Project L. This is right, Shyvana. Is it like the Shyvana? Is it like... let me Google that super quickly. I think it's the original, maybe? I don't know. I don't know. Then again, you know, the lead of Nintendo is Bowser, you know. Coincidence happen. Anyway, because it could be a nickname, but it could actually be the writer after whom Shyvana was named. Anyway, I mained the Eloita plane. Oh, sorry. When we started on the DNA phase for Ilaoi, we did a deep dive into her lore and existing moments to find her core champion fantasy. We drew inspirations from all her other iterations and even from watching players play Ilaoi. We really wanted to grasp what makes her feel powerful. Don't draw inspiration from the players. We know what the League community is like. In all aspects. One of the main things we had identified early was that she was going to be a big body, huge hurt box, massive hits and slower movement with a simple to learn, hard to master kit. Ilaoi is a strong and muscular woman who attacks with a giant totem. So it makes sense she would hit with her own physical strength as opposed to hiding behind the power of her god or magical abilities. We needed tentacles. Sorry, we also needed tentacles. Ilaoi's god, Nagakeboros, is a tentacled sea monster, and there needed to be some aspect of that in her kit. But beyond empowering her attacks, Nagakeboros also gives Ilaoi the strength to steal her opponent's soul. I have no idea how that will do. Will this game cost? No, it's free to play. It was confirmed, free to play. When finding out which part was the dominant power, we decided that Ilaoi would be source of power, and that of Nagakeboros would have her back, especially when you take into account how effortlessly she wields the giant totem. So she is gonna be a hybrid. Okay. Using all of this research, we developed Ilaoi's goals and guardrails, which help us determine which direction to go with her kit and what is venturing too far away from her core truth. Ilaoi's goals. Ilaoi fights alongside her god. Nagakeboros is a consistent looming threat that Ilaoi feels supported by and opponents fear. Absolutely! Ilaoi needs to be a hybrid between physical strength and Nagakeboros. Slow but always in motion. That's a really cool way to put it. Ilaoi is always moving and she pursues those who are motionless. This is one of her key beliefs of her god, and we wanted to represent this through her gameplay. Overwhelming pressure. Once Ilaoi puts the opponent in a position where they get hit or need to block, she is relentless, forcing her opponent to make a move on her terms. That's really cool, because in the story that's exactly what happens. Ilaoi puts you into the test, she rips out your soul, and then the tentacles start attacking you. And if you don't do anything, if you stay still, you die. The tentacles crush you. But despite the pain in the lore, you need to stand up and you need to keep moving. Which is... I have no idea how they can do this in the game, though. Maybe her ultimate is like she actually rips out your soul and then she gets like an attack speed or something so that you're forced into blocking more than attacking and you need to find the right window out. Maybe? Shadow Warrior, it's muted. I muted it so I don't get interrupted. But thank you. I rather appreciate your sub, but thank you. I rather appreciate it. Thank you. I just want to finish this post super quickly. Ilaoi's guard-lace. Guard-lace? Guard-race. Ilaoi. Ilaoi is a powerhouse. Nagakeboros has her back. Ilaoi's physical strength is her main source of power, and tentacles from her god are there to assist, not replace. Nagakeboros is not the star of the show. That is very much true. Simple and straightforward. Ilaoi's power fantasy comes from heavy semi-short hits, heavy long hits, and simultaneous staggered hits from tentacles. I don't know what like simultaneous or staggered. Because I don't play fighting games, I'm not really sure what this term means. I assume she hits. There is a second delay and then a tentacle hits. And that's the staggered attack. kinda in like what would happen in like Elden Ring. Because a staggered attack there is like a delayed attack? I don't know, maybe. But not from the complexity of managing the state of many entities. I don't know, anyway. Not a puppet master. Illaoi shouldn't feel like she is ordering around her god. She can control the tentacles from her totem. However, any independently spawned tentacles should feel like gifts, not privileges. Illaoi doesn't get to spam these without earning them. Okay, so it's every time you like land a good hit, that's when the tentacle slams or something like that. Okay. So you're not, so you can't stand back and then like spam your tentacles, which is cool. That's cool. Not a zoner. Illaoi doesn't want to keep away the opponents with tentacle hits. Yes, she wants to create openings and to allow her to leap in and deal damage herself. Okay, so yeah, she's definitely not gonna be in the back using tentacles to attack you. When it comes to what archetype I'd use to describe Illaoi, it would probably be Big Body Juggernaut, an overwhelming battering ram who has the power of a god behind her. Illaoi is a heavy hitter who dominates when it's her turn in the mid-range and destroys enemies with immense pressure. We've kinda heard this before. Okay. When we felt confident about the goals and guardrails, we started to design and implement early prototypes, specials, and normals. The first version focused around Illaoi's ability to spawn a tentacle at different ranges. A close tentacle with fast startup, a mid-range tentacle with medium speed startup, and a long-range tentacle with long startup. While it was fun to play, this type of design made Illaoi feel more like a puppet master or zoner. Things that went against her goals and guardrails. It felt like the damage was focused on Nagakibors using tentacles from the ground, when what we really wanted to highlight was Illaoi banking people with totem. Yeah, sorry, bonking, not banking, but of course. There's gonna be a lot of bonking memes as well. So, it definitely feels like they know what they're doing. You can feel that this was actually written by people who they rarely play fighting games. We're still super early and still in development and exploring our options, but the direction we've headed is to have the tentacle spawn and fix distance away from Illaoi. And tentacles come only when she successfully hits her opponent. That's exactly what I was saying. When she gets a good hit, that's when the tentacle spawns. Not in any other scenario, you don't get to choose when it comes. That's cool. This small change has already made a huge difference in her gameplay in our playtests. Instead of summoning tentacles from far away and controlling them at will like a zoner, Illaoi now gets in her opponent's face, and when she does, there's also a tentacle slapping you around. One really strong image I had throughout developing her kit was that Illaoi should be able to hit an opponent into a tentacle, have them bounce back into her, and she should be able to clothesline? Cloth? What is this word? Clothesline? Them? That's not a typo, is there? Not like crossline or something like that. She's a pro wrestler that looks like a wrestling ropes. Okay, it makes sense. That's a wrestling move? Clothesline? Oh, it's when someone bounces off the wrestling ropes then. I did not know that. I need to watch more WWE. Or is it jumping off of it? Is it the one where you're like, isn't it? Okay, I know which move it is then. Okay, I know which one. Okay. I had no idea it had a name. All I know is you can see me. What is the one? The Mexican one had. I forgot all the names. And I played so much WWE on my GameCube. I don't even remember. I don't remember any. I don't remember any final moves. Rey Mysterio, that's the one. 619. I think that's the one. Anyway. Yeah, I think it's the one. Project L is in active development. And Lao is pretty early on, so we've got more to work on. Sorry, more work to do. But we'll check back in later on her process from devs from areas like animations, visual effects, audio to see how everyone's favorite big-bodied spirit tentacle using Juggernaut is shaping up. As for how we're doing overall, look out for another update from Tom before the end of the year. So I'm guessing like November. November is always a big month for Riot. October, November. So that's when we'll probably get another update. And until then, let us know what you think. Chokeslam, that's Kane, isn't it? Or is it Undertaker? No, that's Kane. Anyway. I just freaking... Hell yeah, man! It's free to play! And I'm happy about this.